In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at who, in my opinion, are the best stocks and shares ISA providers in 2023. And for each of those platforms, I'm going to be ranking on a scale of 1 to 5. How easy is the platform to use, what the platform offers, and how expensive is the platform. Now, before we dive into that, let me give you some crucial context for those of you who are beginner investors. And if that's not you, go and use these timestamps to find the best part of the video for you. If you're still here, your first question should be, what is a stocks and shares ISA? It's simply the idea of investing your money and protecting it from further levels of taxation. However, there are some rules to know about that come with this benefit. Firstly, you can only pay £20,000 into all of your ISAs every tax year. And secondly, you can only pay into one type of each ISA per tax year. It's also important to note that all the platforms I'm about to discuss are FCA regulated and have FSCS protection. Translating that means that you're covered up to £85,000 should that company disappear overnight. Now that's all cleared up, let's kick off with one of the most household names when it comes to UK investing, Vanguard. Vanguards are an absolute Goliath when it comes to investing, having been founded in 1975 and having amassed over 30 million customers. Their philosophy is low cost, zero frills investing, and they are pretty much close to perfection for the beginner investor or for the long-term passive income strategist. It's actually the platform I've been using for the past 2 years of my stocks and shares ISA, but I'll explain in a bit why I've changed this year and where I've gone. Diving into the platform, Vanguard's website is super clean and simple, making it really easy to use. However, there is one small problem: they don't have an app. Say what? Personally, this has never been an issue for me because I rarely look at my investments. However, I can understand why this would be a problem, and it's why I'm going to rank ease of use at 3 out of 5. Diving into what's offered on the platform, they have a range of almost 90 funds, including both equity, fixed income, and 3 of their own blended funds that they've created themselves. When you do sign up with the platform, they're going to ask for a one-off payment of £500 or a monthly recurring debit of £100. However, it's important to note that you can get around this by signing up with the monthly debit option and then cancelling that as soon as you're into the platform. Their offering is nowhere near as vast as some of the other competitors on the game, which is why I'm going to have to rank question 2 at 2 out of 5. Vanguard's platform fee is 0.15%, capped at £375, and an average fund fee of 0.2%. Additionally, they have a live ETF price of £7.50. However, I never go for this option. I just pick the next available price, which is completely free to do. Despite Vanguard's fees being extremely low in the market, there are now a couple of platforms like Trading 212 and InvestEngine where you can buy Vanguard's funds for cheaper than Vanguard itself, which is why I'm going to rank their fees at a 4 out of 5. The reason Vanguard are making my top 5 is because I still see them as one of the cheapest platforms, one of the easiest to use platforms, and on top of that, their history makes them one of the most trusted platforms on the market. Next, let's take a look at one of those cheaper platforms I just mentioned, InvestEngine. They are definitely one of the new kids on the block, having only been around since 2016. The platform's available in both an app and desktop format, and they've definitely gone for a more minimal approach, which I personally love, but I can understand why some more experienced investors might dislike this. When searching through their ETFs, they have a range of filters that make it super simple to find exactly what you're looking for. And for that reason, I'm actually going to put their ease of use at 5 out of 5. Anyone should be able to use this platform. They do only sell funds. However, they do have over 550 of these ETFs, including bonds, equities, and alternative options. And unlike a place like Vanguard, where you can only get Vanguard funds, here you can find funds from a range of providers, including Vanguard. It's worth noting they also offer a managed portfolio section of their website, where based off a few questions, they will construct a portfolio for you, a bit like those blended funds on Vanguard. This, of course, will come at an extra cost, and I'll come onto this in a second. When opening the account, you will need to invest a one-off £100, but after that, you can invest into any ETF starting from £1. Overall, I'm going to rank what this platform offers at 3 out of 5. There are places that offer far more funds, and they don't offer any individual stocks or shares. The platform itself is completely free if you go down the DIY route, and if you choose that managed portfolio that I mentioned earlier, it's only 0.25%. Once you've done that, the funds themselves do have costs starting at 0.05%. You simply cannot invest for cheaper than this platform if you do the DIY route, which is why I'm going to rank this at 5 out of 5. If you do use the link in the description to sign up, we'll both get a reward worth between £10 and £50, but make sure you are not using this platform just because of that bonus. Next up, Hargreaves Lansdown, who are absolute giants in the investing space. Over 1.7 million customers, and they make up part of the FTSE 100. They offer an extremely solid platform, which is difficult to fault in terms of functionality or customer service. Having said this, you do need to know a little bit about what you're doing to get it done on that website. So I'm going to put ease of use at 3 out of 5. The platform is also absolutely massive in terms of what it offers. There are all types of investments, whether it's pension, junior ISA, lifetime ISA, as well as funds from every provider under the sun, stocks and shares, ready-made portfolios, and all of them come in the thousands. 5 out of 5, easily for this category. Where they do perhaps fall short is when it comes to their pricing, and competitors are starting to make them look a little bit out of touch. It will cost you a massive 0.45% to hold up to £250,000 on their account. You can try and get around this. Investing in ETFs will cap this cost at £45. But then you do have to start paying a fee per ETF that you go on to trade. And this starts at £11.95 and drops to £5.95 per deal when you're doing over 20 a month. That is a ridiculous amount of money for most people. I'm putting this down at 2 out of 5 for fees. The best way by far I've seen Hargreaves Lansdown described is by comparing them to Ocado. Great website, great service, great quality, great convenience, high cost. But you know what? That works for a lot of people. MoneyFarm. This platform actually changed things up a little bit compared to the previous platforms I've been discussing. Founded in 2011, they are a platform focused on digital investing, which means they do the work for you. Being digital first, their app and website are second to none. And this is great because they are aiming themselves at the investor with less knowledge. An easy 5 out of 5 for this category. So how does it work? The platform is essentially like a robo-advisor. They're going to ask you a few questions based on your risk tolerance, your investing style, your longevity. And based off of this, they will offer you the most suited out of their 7 ready-made portfolios. The only other decision you need to make is whether to go for a fixed allocation portfolio, which is only adjusted once a year, or go for an actively managed one, which will come at a higher cost. Because of all of that, I'm going to rank what they offer at 2 out of 5. But that's what they're going for, so it's completely fine. With this rigidity of the platform, it's going to come at a higher cost. You're going to need a minimum of £500 to start investing with them. Next, a fixed allocation portfolio will cost 0.45%, with that reducing the more you invest with them. Actively managed, on the other hand, starts at 0.75%. On top of that, you're going to have to pay a fund fee, which averages 0.2%, and a spread fee, which averages 0.1%. That means your total fee will range somewhere between 0.42 and 1.05%. Definitely leaning towards a more costly platform, and I'm going to rank this at 2 out of 5. In my opinion, MoneyFarm are the best robo-advisor platform on the market right now. There are some good competitors though, with Wealthify allowing you to invest from £1 instead of 500, or Nutmeg being a far more established company on the market, also being partnered with JP Morgan. And last but not least, let's look at the platform I'm using this year, Trading 212. The platform and app are really simple and intuitive to understand. Again, you might find this difficult as a beginner investor, so I'm going to put this at a 4 out of 5. When it comes to what the platform offers, they have over 9,000 stocks and over 1,000 funds available. That's a pretty well-stocked platform, if you pardon the pun. It also offers fractional shares where you can invest with as little as £1. And all of that is why I'm going to rank the platform at 4 out of 5. Now let's talk fees, which is where Trading 212 really shines. Similar to InvestEngine, this platform is completely free to use. You're going to have to pay the fee for each of the funds you invest into, but that's industry norm. However, let me make you aware of the fees that are on the platform, but they are really easy to avoid. Firstly, a 0.15% FX fee if you buy or invest into any stock share fund that isn't traded in pounds. Firstly, that's already less of one of their biggest competitors, Freetrade, where this starts at 0.39%. And second, a lot of their funds are available in multiple currencies, including pounds. So just pick that one and pay no fee. And finally, they'll charge you 0.7% on any money over £2,000 that you load onto the platform via card. But you can just use their automatic bank transfer again to get around this. Easily 5 out of 5 for fees. You can clearly see by what I've just rated the platform on the 3 categories that it's an easy choice for me to make this year when it comes to my ISA. A really easy to use platform that is very well stocked and comes at the lowest fees possible. Yes, please. All these platforms stand out for different reasons in my opinion, whether you want to go for a more secure one, a lower cost one, or potentially even a robo-advisor. So please do your own research to find the best one suited towards you. Ultimately, as long as they're FCA regulated, you can't really go too wrong when it comes to investing. These are the 5 best platforms in my opinion when it comes to investing. And if you do have any questions, drop them in the comments. I will get back to as many as I can. There probably won't be that many. And lastly, happy investing.